Everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Beth with Create with Beth, and today we're going to be making what I like to call an old school card, just something good and old-fashioned and fun to make. Not a lot of super hard details involved, but it's one that I think looks really cute, and I hope you're going to like it. So let me get out my bits and pieces here. We're using a variety of products today. So to start, we're going to use a card base. This is heavyweight cardstock, 100-pound cardstock, and it is cut to 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and fold and burnish that really well with our bone folder. I hope everyone's having a really good day so far. I'm doing pretty good in freezing cold Michigan as usual. So next I have a piece of pattern paper, DSP. This is from Stampin' Up. It is, what's the name of it? The True Blue Florals. This was the product of the month for December from Stampin' Up, where if you spent $75 or more, you could get this product, this pack of paper, for $5. So I have this, and this measures 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. It's going to cover the front of our card base. So we'll just get some liquid glue out here and put this on. I love this paper. It's all these different blue designs. You might already have it in your stash. Unfortunately, if you don't have it in your stash, you can no longer get it, as far as I know, unless you can find someone who is maybe selling it, because once the product of the month is over, I don't believe you can still get it. I might be wrong, but someone will have to let me know. There we go. It almost fits. Excuse me, almost fits. It's a little short in a couple places. Excuse me, got a tickle in my throat. Okay, so we'll set that aside, and next what I'm going to use is excuse me, I apologize, something is in my throat. I'm using the Gina K Designs Master Layouts 1, and I could have cut this piece from the Master Layouts, but I just cut it. I wanted it to cover the entire panel, so I went ahead and did that myself. And then I have used these rectangles here, and I've cut the thinner of the two rectangles from some of that pattern paper, and then I just mounted it onto a Native Navy cardstock from Stampin' Up. So if you want to get the actual measurements for this, if you don't have these dies, this measures, the pattern paper is about 4 3/4 by 1.5 inches. And then just cut the Native Navy piece to go like 1/8 of an inch bigger around that. So we have this, and this is going to go right here like this. I'm going to hold off on putting that down just yet, because I think I want to do my stamping first. I have a couple other pieces that I'll show you in a minute. Let's set this aside, and we'll bring this in. We're going to do the inside. We'll stamp the inside. I'm using the Gina K Designs Spring Posies stamp set. And for the inside of the card, we're going to use the Thinking of You. And we'll bring in the Native Navy. And of course, I'm putting my hand in it. Okay, we'll ink this up good, and I'm just going to stamp that right at the top here. There we go. I'm going to put this away, even though we're going to be using it again. I am really good at sticking my hands into the ink. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp off. Set that aside. Okay, we're done with that stamp. Next, we're going to bring in a scratch piece of white cardstock. It's got a little bit of something on it. And I'm going to bring back the stamp set, and I'm going to be using this little bunch of flowers here. And for that, I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. You could also use like a Memento brown ink. I think that would be really pretty. I just smudged. Let's see. I'll do it this way. It's not the greatest impression, but we're going to go with it. I might need to re-ink my stamp pad there. It's been quite a while since I've done that with that one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and color this flower image. And for this, I'm going to be using my Stampin' Write markers, which are water-based markers. I don't use them super often, but they are a nice marker to use, especially on a smaller image like this. So we'll go ahead. This is Lemon Lolly. Stampin' Up! No longer sells these, unfortunately. They phased them out when they phased out the red rubber stamps, but I still like them. I still use them now and again. Like I said, I especially like them when I'm doing a small image like this. And you can also watercolor with these. So they are nice to have if you get a chance to get any. I would highly recommend it. Okay, so we'll do that one in Lemon Lolly, and then let's do, this is Balmy Blue. We'll do this flower in Balmy Blue. I'm really got a nice surprise from my husband over just after Christmas. My sewing machine quit working, and he surprised me with a Baby Lock Presto 2, which I absolutely love. I don't know how many of you out there sew, but if you do, you might know that Baby Lock is one of the best machines that you can get. So I was super excited to get that, and I played around with it, and it's absolutely great. Absolutely wonderful machine. Okay, let's see. I think I want to do either a purple or a pink in here. I'm trying to decide which pink. Petal pink might be a good one to use. I want to do something that's not super dark and super bright. This is a little bit dark, but we don't want to overwhelm these blues. So there's that, and we have one more, and I think I'm going to use Pool Party for this one. If you don't have the Stampin' Write markers, you can of course use whatever markers or coloring medium you have on hand. That will work. Okay, there's the Pool Party. Isn't that pretty? I love the muted tones. And then we're going to go with, do I want Granny Apple Green or do I want Garden Green? That's the question. I think we're going to go with Granny Apple Green. They're very similar. There we go. There is our little bouquet of flowers. Next, I'm going to take the oval die from the Gina K Designs Master Layouts one, and we're going to cut this out. I have some mint tape here, and I just need to get a couple pieces and take some of the sticky off of that because it will tear your paper. Ask me how I know. So we're going to put a couple of these down. Like so. I'm going to set that aside because we are going to run it through the die cut machine, but I do want to do some more stamping before I do that. We're going to bring in the Hello Friend from that stamp set, and that's going to be on the front of our card. So we'll go ahead and stamp that with the Night of Navy. There we go. Clean off our stamp. All right, we can put this away. We are done with the Night of Navy. And then for this sentiment, I'm going to bring in the Stylish Shapes dies from Stampin' Up. We're going to use this little fat one here, this little banner die, and that just fits over that sentiment, around that sentiment. So we will go ahead and run these both through the die cut machine at the same time. Hopefully I got enough of that sticky off of there. Okay, I have my die cut machine just out of camera over here. It's kind of big to keep in the camera range, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out off camera here. All right, so let's go ahead and peel this off. That turned out great. See if we can, there we go. Perfect. Okay, we'll set those aside. And now I have a piece of Night of Navy that I ran through the I can't talk through the die cut machine with this scalloped die. So pretty. And we're going to go ahead and layer the white piece on top of that. I like the old-fashionedness of this die set. I really am old school. I really like to do the traditional cards. I know that there are some more modern techniques out there that a lot of people like, but it's just not me. I am old school. I don't know how many of you out there are also old school. You'll have to let me know. Whoops. Okay, we're going to go ahead and adhere this rectangle piece right about here. And I'm kind of using the lines on my pattern paper to get that aligned straight. And then we're going to use some dimensionals on the back of our Night of Navy piece. Probably didn't need quite that many, but I am using that many. Oops, take our backs off. Still freezing cold here. It was so hard to get myself to come outside. I have to go outside to get to my craft room because I'm in my she shed. Isn't that pretty? And once I get out here, I'm fine, but trying to get myself to come out of the house, it's really hard. I have some ribbon here. This is, it does not tell me what kind of ribbon it is, but it is an old in color from Stampin' Up. I don't even know what color it is, but it coordinates well. We're going to cut off about 10 inches of this ribbon. And we're going to tie a bow. Whoops. Okay, we'll just fiddle with the tails a bit to get it the size we want. I want kind of a smallish bow. That looks good. Okay, we're going to cut off the tails. There we go. And then I have some glue dots here. And we'll just take one of these glue dots, put it on the back of our ribbon, and then we're going to adhere this to the side. I think I'm going to cut this ribbon down a little bit more, these tails. I don't want them to be super long. There we go. So cute. Okay, next we're going to take our sentiment piece here. We're going to put a dimensional on one side, the side that's going to be hanging off. And then we'll put a little bit of glue on the side that's going to be resting on the floral piece. Kind of like that. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. All right, we're going to take some Wink of Stella, and we're going to add a little bit of sparkle to our flowers. Now this is a water-based ink, and so your Wink of Stella will activate that ink. So you want to kind of rub your marker off in between. Oops, I got quite a bit of Wink of Stella on that. Why are you coming out so much? It's flooding for some reason. So in between each color, I am wiping my Wink of Stella off on my paper so that I don't mix those inks. There we go. We got a lot of Wink of Stella for some reason. Okay, we'll let that dry. And next, we are going to add some bling. So for that, I have Pearl Basic Jewels from Stampin' Up. And I'll get my Take Your Pick tool out. And go ahead and put one right there, a big one there, and then a smaller one right next to it, and another small one right, whoops, well, that's not where I wanted it. There we go. Okay, we are finished with this old-fashioned card. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fairly easy to put together. I know I enjoyed making it with you. You can see the sparkle a little bit, maybe. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it. Thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me today. I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed crafting with me, and I hope you'll come back again. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you became a subscriber. And if you could give me a thumbs up on this video, that would be great too. All right. We will see you next time, guys. Stay warm if you're where it's freezing. And if you're not where it's freezing, you are so lucky. All right, guys. Bye.